Let me share something that happened to me a while ago. I was stuck in traffic, feeling frustrated, when I noticed a beam of sunlight breaking through the clouds. In that moment, something profound hit me, a realization that would change how I understand everything. But before I tell you what it was, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why scientists and religious leaders can't seem to agree on anything about God? Well, today we're going to explore a perspective so profound that it might change the way you think about everything: consciousness, existence, and yes, even God. But first, let me tell you what this video isn't. This isn't another debate about whether God exists. It's not about religion, and it's definitely not about choosing between science and faith. This is about something far more fundamental, something you can actually experience for yourself. Imagine for a moment that you're looking at the sun, not directly, of course, but imagine its warmth on your skin. That ray of sunlight touching you isn't the entire sun, but it's connected to it. In fact, you can't really say where the sun ends and where that ray begins. They're inseparable. And here's where we encounter a profound truth that many spiritual teachers miss. Some say, "You are God," but that's not quite right. Just as a ray of sunlight wouldn't say, "I am the sun," we aren't God in that complete sense. We're like the rays, made of the same essence, inseparable from the source, but not the entire sun itself. This understanding brings both profound connection and beautiful humility. Now here's something that might blow your mind. In 2022, a team of quantum physicists at the University of Portsmouth made a startling discovery. They found that consciousness might actually be fundamental to the fabric of reality itself. But they weren't the first to realize this. Ancient mystics knew something similar thousands of years ago. They just used different words to describe it. Think about this. Right now you're conscious. You're aware. But what exactly is that awareness? Try to find it. Where is it? What color is it? What shape is it? You can't find it because you are it. Consciousness isn't something you have, it's what you are. Here's another way to understand this. Imagine you're a wave in the ocean. As a wave, you might think you're separate from other waves. You might worry about when you'll crash on the shore. But what if you suddenly realize that while you're not the entire ocean, you're inseparable from it? Everything would change. That's what quantum physicists are discovering, and what mystics have known. Everything is connected at a fundamental level, not separate yet not quite the same, like waves in an infinite ocean of consciousness. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds nice, but what does it mean for my actual life? Let me share something remarkable. A recent study of long-term meditators showed that people who understand and experience this connection report 60% less anxiety and a 70% increase in their sense of purpose. But you don't need to meditate for years to experience this. Try this. Right now, wherever you are, just stop. Look around you. Really look without labeling anything. Listen to the sounds around you without naming them. Feel your breath. Feel your body. Notice how there's an awareness, a presence behind all your perceptions. That presence, that consciousness, that's what we're talking about. That's what some call God. Not a man in the sky, not a separate being, but the very essence of what you are and what everything is. The most remarkable thing about this understanding is that you don't need to believe it. You can experience it directly. In fact, you're experiencing it right now. You've just been taught to ignore it in favor of your thoughts. Scientists like Dr. Donald Hoffman at UC Irvine are now suggesting something unprecedented, that consciousness might be more fundamental than physical reality itself. Think about that for a moment. Everything you see, touch, and feel might be more like a user interface, hiding a deeper reality of pure consciousness. Remember that moment I mentioned at the beginning, sitting in traffic? Looking at that sunbeam, I realized something profound. Just like that ray of light, I wasn't separate from the source, but I also wasn't the entire sun. I was a unique expression of something far greater, and so are you. This understanding changes everything. Your struggles, your fears, your sense of isolation, they all look different when you realize what you truly are. Not just an isolated being struggling to survive, but an expression of the infinite, like a ray of divine light. Here's your invitation. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, take 5 minutes before you check your phone. Sit quietly and feel your own presence. Notice the awareness that's always there. Remember, you're not just a random collection of atoms. You're a ray of cosmic light, dancing in the eternal sunrise of existence. This isn't about believing in God or not believing in God. It's about discovering who you really are. Not the whole sun, but a ray of its light. Not the entire ocean, but a wave of its being. Take a moment, be still, and know. If this resonates with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. Sometimes, one ray of light is all it takes to illuminate someone's entire world.